Hey, what's up guys, Lord Civic here, and today we're finally going to be doing my PC setup tour video that I've been wanting to do for a while. First and foremost, thank you guys so much for your patience, and also you might recognize that I said PC setup tour instead of PC build tour. So first and foremost, this is a setup, so this is going to be consisting of not only my computer, the monitors, the internals and externals, but it's also going to be consisting of my streaming background, which consists of my bookcase and different props and stuff that I got on here. So we're going to go over all that. I am going to do a separate PC build video additionally, separate than this one, and that's going to be going into more like a deeper dive of why I went with specific parts and different stuff like that. I am going to go over every part that's in the computer, but it's going to be a little deeper than surface in this one, but I'm going to go a deep dive with that video going forward. Like always, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Also, make sure to follow me and like my videos on TikTok. I'm going to start uploading a lot there. The short format is a lot easier to do than, like a full form video and different stuff like that, and that won't hinder what I do on here as well. But if you guys want to see some behind the scene videos and also some short form videos that I'm going to be doing of like, short reviews or early thoughts and different stuff on different parts and monitors and different stuff I get, you can go and tune in on there. With saying that, hope you guys enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's hop right in. So I'm so excited to finally have a video that I can kind of go deeper dive into this. I love talking to you guys in the comment sections about like light novels, mangas, anime, JRPGs, and different stuff like that, and I can finally showcase you guys my love in a full dedicated video now. So the first thing, like I said before we hop into the PC centric stuff, is we're gonna go over the background of my streaming setup. So I love Japanese media. As I said, after playing Persona 5 Royal, I just fully hopped right into the world of like anime, mangas, and light novels and different stuff like that. I have a lot. At the top right here, you can see I have My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer, which I haven't opened either of them. I'm waiting for both of the animes to finish, then I'm going to do it. I love both of them. My Hero, funnily enough, was actually the first anime I'd ever watched, but I don't just watch shonen, as you can see, and we'll get to there in a second. Hunter x Hunter. I have gone in Killua up here. I love Hunter x Hunter so freaking much. Watching the anime, if you have not watched Hunter x Hunter, please do. It is one of the best things ever created. The manga is also phenomenal, but like the anime with the music, the animation, just the artistry of the storytelling and everything. I don't want to spoil everything, but if you've watched it, you know it is literally so freaking peak. It's not even funny. Right now I'm on manga volume 15. I think the anime finishes around like late 20s or 30 or whatever. It's still like going on or whatever, but like Hunter x Hunter's peak. If you have not watched it yet, it's freaking amazing. I also have Yu Yu Hakusho, which I haven't watched the anime or the manga, and you guys are gonna kind of get on me because a lot of this stuff up here I haven't read yet, but I read a lot of books, and I've read like 6 or 7 actual novels this year so far. But I already know, since I love Hunter x Hunter, and it's written and drawn by the same author, I'm gonna enjoy it as well. But going to get to that, as you can see, I don't have all the volumes because some of them are like harder to get than others or whatever, or some are out of stock. Then we have another anime series, or I guess this is the light novel. This is tied with Hunter x Hunter for my favorite anime, actually. I love romantic Japanese anime, mangas, light novels, even the films or whatever. My youth romantic comedy Snafu, or my youth romantic comedy, is As I Expected, or Origaru. The Japanese name is absolutely phenomenal. Complex characters. You can see I literally have some of the duplicate characters the same on this very row, and then even in the back by my display case, I have it. I love all the characters: Yukinon, Yui, Iroha, Hachiman, all very complex written characters, and like just watching how they navigate their youth and like learning about relationships and different stuff like that is phenomenal writing. Fruit Basket, super good as well. I've only seen the first season and I haven't read the books yet, but I'm gonna watch the rest of it. Right now I'm watching Harui, which is really good. Bunny Girl Senpai, which I haven't read or watched yet, but I'm gonna read the book first before I watch the whole thing. Good Night Pun Pun, haven't opened it yet, but that's on my list as well. Love is War, I've read most of the manga, but the anime is phenomenal. Vagabond, haven't read yet. Monster, haven't read yet. Made in Abyss, haven't read yet. There's a lot of stuff I haven't read yet, and it's like crazy. Like, you're like, what? You haven't read this stuff yet? But it's on my list. It's on my agenda. As I said, I'm currently right now, I'm like in a reading like frenzy or whatever, which is fun. Tokyo Ghoul, haven't read yet. Bad. ReZero, I've seen all of it. Well, no, I haven't seen season 3. I know, I'm a little behind. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas is one of the best things I've ever read in my entire life. That's a book I gave a 10 out of 10. That's phenomenal. I haven't read the manga yet, but I read the light novel, which is good. Silent Voice, watched the movie. Haven't read the book yet, but it's phenomenal. Berserk, I read most of them. Not most of them, but the ones that I have anyway. Very good. My friend Maddie put me on the golden arc. That was crazy, just demented. Right here we have a whole bunch of books. Fourth Wing. Currently right now I just read City of Thieves, which was a phenomenal book. Maddie also recommended that to me. That was really good. The Little Prince. I read The Alchemist this year. What else have I read? I read Scythe. Scythe is so freaking good. That's a young adult novel. That I haven't read the second book, which I think is Thunderdome, but it's phenomenal. Michael Bay, I used to read that when I was a young little lad. And then, you know, self-help books. Then around here I got Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Dune, Twilight. Some of them I've read. Percy Jackson, like when I was a kid, I read all those. I read all the Harry Potter films. I need to read Dune. I read Twilight when I was younger, and I still need to read Lord of the Rings. But anyway, as you can see, I love books. I need to read a lot more. I have books like all across my room and throughout the house or whatever that I have read and that I haven't read, but like I just love reading, and I'm really appreciative that I was finally able to showcase to you guys this in a video. Okay, so the next portion of the video that we're going to talk about is some more backdrop stuff of my streaming setup. So this is more like props and different stuff like that, or different peripherals and boxes of stuff that I really love that I've gotten over the years. I have a stupid amount of boxes of PC parts and different stuff like that, but currently right now this is what I have showcasing in my setup. Might tinker around with it a little bit, but first and foremost we have the RME 80i-2 DAC amp combo. I also have it on my desk, and we'll talk a little bit more about it in a second, but it is phenomenal. I then have I wish I kept all the boxes for my GPUs, man. Oh my gosh, some of them I don't even know where they are, especially like my first one, the 7970, the Radeon AMD 7970. I had 2 of them in Crossfire. I forgot the specific models I had. I think I had one was XFX. Do they still make cards? I don't know. And I forgot the other one, the other brand or whatever, but it was really freaking cool. So I have my 2080 Ti box that I had. I also, at some point, I believe I had the 780 Ti as well. I had a Titan X, which I still have the box right here. 3090, which to jump from the 3090 to the 4090 was huge. I think I had the Titan Black. Pascal, was that it? I can't remember. So many GPUs I've had over the year. Then right here, going further, I guess we should stay on this side. I have the figures from Weathering With You. As I said, I love Japanese anime movies, especially the romance ones. That's so freaking good. I think Your Name edges it out for me just a little bit, but they're both phenomenal films. I have a PlayStation side right here. I also have an Xbox One on my desk. Last of Us Part 2, which is my second favorite game of all time. The TV show season 2 ended this Sunday. I didn't really like it. I think a lot of people that played the game, that enjoyed the game, didn't like it either. But well, we're not gonna bring down the video by talking about it. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild amiibo, Link from Breath of the Wild. Freaking love that game. Sony IER Z1Rs. So I haven't talked about these IEMs at all in my channel. The only time you'd ever even known that I had them, I think 1 or 2 people pointed them out, was when I was streaming Elden Ring, but then shortly after I got the 800Ss. Now I still use the IERs actually a lot, especially when traveling and like listening to music and different stuff like that, but I also use them on my desk. Need to do a review on them. Phenomenal IEMs. Catherine Full Body, which is an Atlas game, is the developers that also make Persona series and Shin Megami Tensei games, and I forgot the name of that mech series that they make, but I also need to play that as well. But freaking love that. Freaking love Catherine. It's probably that and Doki Doki Literature Club, which I did not like, sadly, were the weirdest games I've ever played, but I did very much like Catherine. We got Ezra and Chopper from Star Wars Rebels. I love Rebels and Clone Wars. There's a lot of aspects of Star Wars that I like, but I'll just be honest, after Rise of Skywalker, I kind of hopped off the bandwagon of Star Wars, but Andor Season 2 and Season 1 were so good that I'm kind of, I'm not going to lie, I watched the original trilogy again. I watched New Hope and Empire just last week, and I'm going to watch Return of the Jedi again soon. My RTX 5090 Astro, which a lot of you guys have even tuned into the channel because of that, or I guess that was the foundation of you tuning in. We have Metroid Dread Collector's Edition. That is the first Metroid game I've ever played. I need to play the rest of them before Metroid Prime 4 comes out, but this game is so freaking good, and it definitely locked me in on like what the hype of like the Metroid games are. We got my favorite game of all favorite game. Okay, that's not an interest worthy enough of Persona 5 Royal. This is my favorite piece of media I've ever experienced. Honestly, I feel like I could even say it's the best moments I've ever experienced in life. That sounds kind of sad, but like this game literally altered my brain chemistry of like the way that I look at the world and the way I've like, that sounds weird, but like legitimately I've never experienced anything better. It is so freaking good. It's the reason I'm in the anime. It's the reason for this whole bookcase. It's the reason for my whole figure display case. It's the reason that I even play JRPGs and I hold them to such a high standard I do. This is the foundation of basically like the most recent part, or like what, the last 5, when did Royal come out? 2019, I think. The past 6 years of my life have been determined off this game. I love it so much. I love the Reload as well, and I'm excited for them to remake 4 and stuff like that. But God, where's Persona 6 also? But like, God, I honestly, I can make a 5-hour video just talking about, probably even longer, about how much I love this game and how really good it is. But let's move on anyway. Right here we got some Art of books. I got the Art of the Batman. Love the Art of Batman. Call myself Vengeance. Art of Overwatch. Overwatch will always hold a special place in my heart. I don't think I'll ever play it like I did a couple of years ago, just because of like the differences and just like the way people view the game and communicate, the lack of communication, different stuff like that in the game. But like, always hold a place in my heart. Last of Us Part 2, Art of, excellent book. Wes Anderson, let me take this off the shelf, is my favorite director ever. I've just skimmed through the book. I need to read it fully, but he is a fantastic director, and I love how he uses his symmetric cinematography as kind of like a storytelling tool. It's really cool. Got the Vault Tech Pip-Boy from Fallout 4. I was so ridiculously hyped for that game. Like, so much so that like it was like all I was thinking about for like months. I did really enjoy it. It didn't live up to the ridiculous hype that I had, but it really was a phenomenal game. As I said, I was a huge Star Wars fan at one point. You can see my obsession in light novels. My favorite of all these is Star Wars Lost Stars. This is one of the best books I've ever read. I actually need to read it again. Phenomenal book. Not even just because it's Star Wars. It's a ridiculously good book. Got more video game guides. World of Warcraft, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy 14. And then down here we got Art of Star Wars books, more light novels, my career, which is IT, Security Plus, A Plus, Network Plus books, and then more novels and different stuff like that. But we have spent almost like 10 minutes now just talking about books and setup stuff. Now let's get to what you guys really want to see, my PC. So it's actually ridiculous. I started to do the editing on my video, as you can see literally right behind me, on my GX9, and I forgot to cover one of the most important pieces in my entire PC setup, which is the Herman Miller Logitech Edition in body chair. This thing is absolutely god tier. I've had it for a couple years now. Definitely need to do a review on it and cover it. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me in the comments or whatever, and I will actually get on that like very soon, within like the next month or so. But I love it. It brings my whole thing together through my college years and even my working years and like actual working field and different stuff like that, or long gaming sessions. This thing has been an absolute breeze. I can literally sit in this thing for 5+ hours and I will not feel any uncomfortability or whatever, unless I'm really tired and I need to go to sleep. But then again, I can like lean it back, because it can lean back, but I'd rather just go to bed at that point. But it's so freaking awesome. I've never had an office or gaming chair this comfortable. I've never sat in another office or gaming chair that was this comfortable. It is literally the creme de la creme. And yes, I would love to test different chairs that are around the same price point, but like, this is definitely the best I've ever experienced. Okay, so what you guys have all been waiting for, the PC build itself. So first and foremost, we're going to start from like right to top and then downwards because there's a lot we have to talk about. First and foremost, I have the Lian Evo XL case. It is gigantic. Even with that, the 5090 still looks absolutely huge. Then right here we have the Lian Uni SL, I believe what it is. Let me check real quick just to verify. Yes, Unifan SL. The ones you see right here and the one back here are with the LCD screens on it. It's really freaking cool. And first and foremost, I don't know how it is now, but it was genuinely almost impossible for me to find all of these fans that I need, especially when you need like, you know, regular fans and then reverse fans and stuff like that. Just because so many people want them, and especially with so many people doing 5000 series and new AMD builds, it was really hard to find any. But I ordered from Amazon, Newegg, and then the AliExpress Lian official shop. So yes, they are official fans or whatever. Regardless, very expensive. Would recommend it because it looks aesthetically pleasing, but would not recommend it because it's so freaking expensive. But right here, I have the top one doing my CPU temperature, middle one GPU temperature, that one CPU load, that one GPU load. It's really freaking cool. I mean, I usually have monitoring software on my computer or whatever, but it's really cool to just look at the case and see all of that right there. Right here, we have the Trix Panorama water cooler with a pump. I had the SE and I already shot videos and stuff like that. I've returned it and not going to talk about it in this video, but there's a reason that I got the regular one over the SE. Honestly, if you're not overclocking, that you probably would be more than fine with just the SE. Even if you are overclocking, it's when you like go to like super high overclocks that you really have to worry about it. But regardless, they're both phenomenal or whatever. It's raining outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Then right here we have the Lian regular fans. These are just the mirror fans that I have on the bottom and the top. They don't need the LCD screen because you can't even see them unless you go underneath or that. Really cool. Then right here we have the Asus Maximus X870E Hero motherboard. I've gotten a Hero motherboard with most of my recent builds or whatever. I just think they're very aesthetically pleasing. Yes, they might be a little overpriced. The Extreme is ridiculously overpriced. That's the one that's like almost $800, $900, $1,000, which $500, $600, $700 is also kind of ludicrous for a motherboard when you think about it. But aesthetically pleasing. I love the Hero insignia and all the different stuff like that, and just the speeds and all the different stuff that you can put on it. It's really freaking cool. Right here we have the Corsair Dominator RAM sticks. I have them kind of in like raindrop mode. It looks very aesthetically pleasing. Then right here we have the Trix Panorama. It is so freaking cool, and when I was doing my new PC build, I was really like wondering if I should just use my old case and different stuff like that. But this was a big reason that I wanted to get a totally new build, because I wanted it all to like look really good in synchronization of each other. And you can see I have the whole Persona 3 C's team on it, just like their cut and attacks showcasing on it. It looks so freaking cool. I've also put like the Batman, other Persona 5 things, Hunter x Hunter, and other different stuff like that. It just looks so freaking cool, and it's like a screen that goes kind of circles around like the ones in like Times Square, where I heard Shibuya in Japan has something like that as well. I haven't been to Japan just yet, but I hopefully one day be able to see all that. Then we right here have probably the single most expensive thing in my entire PC build, even regarding externals like the LG GX9, the RTX ROG Astro Asus 59. That's not the way to say it. Whatever. This thing is a beast, man, and I haven't even overclocked it yet, but it just tears through absolutely everything I've thrown in it. The only thing that's like giving me like, I guess, somewhat trouble is like games that are super graphically demanding, like Expedition 33 and different stuff like that. I cannot run it with DLAA on my LG GX9 and expect frames above 50, 60 FPS, which with 165 FPS monitor just doesn't really cut it. But really freaking gorgeous. Then I have I didn't go over this here. I have the motherboard streamer cable. Then we also have the GPU streamer cable. Would I recommend it? Yes, because it's aesthetically pleasing, but in the same vein, I could say you're you're adding an extra risk of, especially with cables catching fire or the GPUs catching fire themselves. When I reversed my cable as well, which just adds a whole nother separate risk. But one thing I recognized is the cable's kind of slanted at first. I had to like kind of lock it in and like unscrew it and screw it back in where it was like perfectly thing. But I feel like the biggest problem that a lot of people are doing with the GPUs catching fires, they're not putting the cable in perfectly lined, and it's honestly not really always a user error because some of these cables aren't aligned perfectly. Like I could see blue on the Sherma cable before I plugged it in. I had to realign it in. Even like the normal cable, you got to make sure it's like totally straight in. So I even unplugged it and plugged it back in to see if it catch fire, but I don't think it has. And I checked with the third party, or not third party, the ASUS software. I haven't seen any issue with that or whatever. But like honestly, I love my Neon Genesis Evangelion case that I had before this, but like this is legitimately a build that I'm proud of. This thing is freaking gorgeous, and Lian Li does a excellent job on the design and everything of it. Beautiful, beautiful case. Love it. Everything in culmination with each other looks amazing. Okay guys, so this is the last portion of the video we're going to do, but we got a lot to talk about, so let's hop right in. First and foremost, I should have spoke about this on my bookcase, but I guess it goes and consists best when I'm talking about the DAC and amp and stuff as well. But this is my SM7B. This is what I use for like my voiceovers for my videos when I occasionally do one. Also when I'm streaming or talking to friends or even playing games online, this is what I'm using. Phenomenal mic. I have it hooked up to a cloud lifter, which is back there. I'll get a B-roll shot of it, but it's kind of like stuck behind my tower and stuff like that. But that, the combination, and then the Rodecaster Duo, which I'll talk about in a second, is an absolutely phenomenal combination. Right here, we have the G-Ray Thunderbolt 3, which I don't know if they make anymore. I saw my dad with one years ago, and he does a lot of photo and video editing and different stuff like that, and I got one myself. It's 12 terabytes. I have all of my like editing files and videos and stuff like that and B-roll on there, in addition to all the files from my Plex server. Really freaking cool. I usually have it sitting on top of my PC tower, but since I took the glass off of that and the top, I put it onto here temporarily. Right here, we have the KEF LS-F50 wireless tubes. For you guys that longtime viewers know, I'm a huge fan of KEF. I have all my speakers in my entire home theater setup are KEF. Except the subwoofers, which are SVS. I had the LSX1s prior to this, and now I have the LS50 wireless 2s. I haven't turned up to max volume on the speakers, but only 30 or 40 max on Windows. These are total overkill for a PC setup. But in the same vein, I would be hard pressed to probably find a better home theater-like experience at your desk in a stereo setup. Honestly, I want to add a KEF KC62 subwoofer to it under my desk. I feel like that would just be crazy. But playing games, like right now I'm playing like Doom Dark Ages or whatever on it, is absolutely phenomenal. World of Warcraft Classic, hearing the crunchy of the grass in your feet, the nearby river and everything, and the music and all that different stuff is so good. Like KEF has such like a neutral sound when it comes to their speakers, and just having like, as I said, a home theater like experience at your desk is just crazy. Then right here I have the iWit the iWit, basically I just turn my volume up and down with it. It's just a volume wheel. My old Logitech keyboard had a volume wheel on it. My new Wooting one, which I love, does not, so I had to get that. I got used to just having a volume wheel easily accessible, and the iWit does more than it needs to do. Right here I have my IER ZR1 IEM headphone earbuds. I use them every now and again, but I have them sitting right there on my RME ADI-2 DAC amp combination. I'm going to do a review on this as well, but this alone is just more than needed for especially the IEMs. But the Sennheiser 800Ss, it provides quite a bit of power to them as well. But you can see underneath here I also have the Bioelectric V222 amplifier that gives the 800Ss the added oomph that I need for them to, you know, really come alive. But the RME ADI-2 does more than needed. It's really cool because it has a screen built onto it where you can set equalizer settings basically built on the DAC amp. Instead of having to set it on your computer, it saves all the settings and different stuff like that. You can plug in both phones, IEMs on both of them, and they are really freaking cool. Right here, before we hop in, we have the Logitech Pro Super Light 2. I have the white variant. I love it. Reason you see the Wootings white and then the keyboard's white and then also the mouse pad, which I'm going to talk about in a second, is white, is because this time I really wanted to go with an all-white build, but I could not get my hands on an all-white 5090, and I wasn't going to put like a black 5090 in an all-white build. That wouldn't look terrible, but like I don't like the way that it came out curly right now. Then right here, we have the, the Sennheiser 800Ss. Now, these are critical listening headphones, and they don't really have that much bass. Now, with saying that, my God, do they sound good. Critical listening of music, and then also all the all the high-pitched sounds and gunshots and everything just sounds so real in video games and different stuff like that. Need to do a review on these as well. But what really highlights these and makes them so freaking phenomenal is the soundstage. It is ginormous, not only in music but also in video games. I remember after I got these headphones, I was playing Destiny. Was it Witch Queen or I don't know, some expansion at the time, and my mind was literally blown when I was like just having my character standing still and some enemies were shooting at me. I forgot which species or whatever, and legitimately it sounded like the bullets were whizzing. Like you could tell when one was 2 feet away from you, one was 5 feet away from you, 10 feet. It was crazy how accurate the soundstage on it is, and like it's off by a little feet, but it's just because it's so freaking large of a soundstage. Listening to Michael Jackson's Thriller, it legitimately sounds like the door that opens in the beginning of the song is like actually on the other side of the room. It's really freaking cool. Then we have the Rodecaster Duo. I forgot what the other higher version is called, the Pro or whatever, but this is more than what I need, and it's really freaking crazy and good. Underneath here, we have the Hunter x Hunter High Ground or High Ground. Why would I think it's High Ground? Obviously high as in high and then ground. And it's really freaking cool. My brother got me it for Christmas. Don't really need to explain. You guys know because of the beginning of the video, I'm a huge Hunter x Hunter fan. I freaking love it. We got the Wooting 80HE. I did an unboxing video a little while ago. Need to do a review on that, but it's absolutely phenomenal. Before we get to the monitors, we're going to do this real quick. I have Gunner. I basically call these like the Gunner Harry Potter like glasses. I look really freaking good in them as well, but I love the shape of them, the comfortability, and then it also helps with the blue light, especially on these like super bright HDR monitors. Well, not bright enough for a lot of people, because I know I guess myself included, want brighter monitors as well. But 1300 nits is kind of bright, but I would love monitors to start pushing that towards that 2000 nits that the TVs and stuff have right here. Then, right before we hop into the monitors, I have the Starfield Xbox controller. This thing is sweet, man. Probably the most gorgeous controller I own. Not gonna lie, it's really freaking cool. And even the translucent triggers are really freaking cool. Right here, I have the Final Fantasy 16 Special Edition PS5 DualSense 5 controller. I use it basically when I'm playing at my couch, a mix of the two, depending on if it's like a DualSense enabled game or whatever I feel like playing at the time. Right now I'm playing Expedition 33. I've been kind of switching between the two. Then right here, what a lot of you guys have even come to the channel for, is the LG GX9. I actually am finally ready to do a comparison video between this monitor and that one. They're both crazy good, and I'm not gonna spoil exactly which one I like more, but the LG X9 is phenomenal, man. It's matte screen, so yes, you're not getting the glossiness that you usually get on other OLEDs like the PG-30 CDM, but playing games at 5120 by 2160 is crazy, like actually legitimately crazy. And then the added verticality compared to something like my G9 OLED or any other previous ultrawide I had is just amazing. 1300 nits, peak brightness. I believe is only a 3% window, but it, in my opinion, gets like plenty bright, especially with the most recent update or whatever. But I've been playing Expedition 33 on a mix between this monitor and then my also A95L, which you guys can see in the back or whatever. But it's good. It's good. It's amazing. I don't feel like I made a wrong decision getting it, and I absolutely love it. I've been even doing my video editing and a lot of work on it as well. Then right here, we have the PG32 CDM. This is a 4K 32-inch QD OLED monitor. It is amazing as well. Playing even competitive games on this thing is freaking phenomenal. And I am very curious to see how the 27-inch looks in person, especially since it has like 68 PPI. But both phenomenal monitors, both crazy amazing. Then we got the Xbox sign that I was talking about earlier back right here. My KEF second KEF LS50 right there. And a nice little desk that my mom gifted to me that she used at her place of business prior to this. I'm sorry I don't know the brand. I can't find any branding on it, but this thing is built like a tank. And like, ideally I'd recommend like, you know, like a stand-up desk or like any other traditional desk. But this is like, I bet this thing was really expensive. Like, this thing is, as I said, it's built like a tank. But anyway, regardless, there you guys have it, my PC setup tour. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you guys all so much for your patience. Thanks for watching the video. As I said earlier, if you haven't already, please make sure to go and follow me and drop a like on TikTok as well. And then also make sure to hit a subscribe button if you haven't on this video, and a like as well. As I said, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I showcased in this video today for you guys that I need to review. But with saying that, I'm glad we finally got this video done. And if you guys have any questions, you want to chat about any of the different stuff that I have in my video, anime, Metroid, old GPUs, monitors, whatever, I would love to do that in the comment section below. Also, I have a Discord as well if you like to chat there. With saying that, like always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And with saying that, have a great day.